Tonight's case is Heidi Firkus. Remembering that the soul's purpose is here to learn, to evolve, and to be of service to others. What was Heidi's purpose? What is Heidi's message? And what does Heidi want to share with us tonight? Take 3 deep breaths. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, blow it out. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, blow it out. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, blow it out. Allowing yourself to open the intuition, to communicate with Heidi, to hear Heidi, feel Heidi, and assist Heidi in what her soul was here to learn, to teach, and to transition to the other side. Welcome to True Crime Psychic Guide. Tonight we read the Heidi Firkus case. My name is Miriam. I'm a psychic medium and a teacher of spirituality. Denise is also a psychic medium, life doula, and Reiki healer who helps women align with their inner wisdom to become their own maven. Myself and Denise do not follow or read up on true crime specifically, so we can come in as clear as possible. Of course, many cases are very high profile, so if we have read or heard about the case, this will be shared at the top of the episode. Neither one of us have heard of this case or read about this case prior to tonight. And then you can't see her now, but we have a new member to True Crime Psychic Guy. Her name is Jen. She will be assisting with the pre-show prep research and on-the-fly research tonight. So that's going to be fun and a little challenging. So please join us over on Patreon. We've got a lot going on over there, you guys. We will be there tonight after this episode. For some behind the scenes conversation about how this live went. Sometimes we get even more information on the case. So please join us over there. Also, we've got paranormal stuff. If you like paranormal, if you're into some spirituality, we've got some spirituality over there. We have a lot that you can choose from. So as we begin to dive into cases that are newer than what we typically do, we're doing cases 10 years or older. It is important for us to always be mindful of being respectful to the families, so to not diminish the pain and suffering that is still currently taking place. And we try to not point blame or judgment. We encourage a community experience, so please put your questions and intuition in the chat. If there's anything that we feel we should not be verbalizing out loud for the safety of our team or the case being discussed, we will decline to answer. Any tangible information we get, we will pass on to our authorities. With that being said, let's begin. Tonight, our discovery questions will be: did Heidi's husband really do it? He's maintaining his innocence, so this is a big one. How could foreclosing on a house lead to murder? What's going on in someone's mind that they'd kill their spouse instead of communicating their financial struggles? And if he did it, why? Was it shame for drowning in debt, or was there something else going on there? Those are some of the questions Jen, our new researcher, had pulled up and found that were important to her when she was researching this case. Please let us know in the comments what questions you have. We, of course, want to include you in the read. Denise, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm
My
good.
allergies are kicking my booty, but other than that, I'm good.
Hey, listen, if that's the biggest problem, we're doing good, right?
I know that's kind of how I feel.
Uh, little side note, dare we say, Denise and I have a new show coming out, and you'll see it in a couple weeks. We're really excited. Has nothing to do with true. Well, I won't say it has nothing to do with true crime because, like you said, Denise, there could be hints of it in there.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's called Pop Therapy. And we're going to be reading some of the most current celeb gossipy stories, but doing a more conscious read on the situation and what's actually happening. We'll be doing some fun Zillow reads. Denise will be dishing on her favorite reality shows. It's just a place where we can come and laugh and have some fun. Man, it can be dark for us. So, to lighten the load, we are really looking forward to this. Can I speak for you when I say that?
Yes, you can. I'm like, we've had fun. It's going to be fun colors. It's going to be fun topics. But what's going to come through this though is a little bit more of mine and Miriam's personalities, and a little bit, you know, lighthearted, fun, and a little bit more of our kind of a little bit of our teaching, a little bit in a different way.
That's true. That's true for sure. We always sneak in the teaching. We will
Yep.
always sneak that in.
Yes.
So,
Once a
we
teacher, always a teacher.
right. That's actually very true. Okay, so of course, we're going to tell you all about it when we get closer. So, in the meantime, let's jump in. This case is very intriguing to me. So, let me tell you a little bit about the prep work. Jen is prepping, like she's reading, basically getting the facts of the case and then her discovery questions to give Denise and I a jumping off point. So I have her send me photos, and what just one photo of the victim, and then whoever may be involved in with the victim. And then I create this intro video that you guys are now hearing, just intuitively letting the Heidi or whoever the victim is come through me and dictate what we're going to do. As I was doing that this morning, I was like, okay, Jen needs to send me pictures of when they first got together, right before she passed, and then after. And so let's find out together why that timeline is really important. So I've got my computer here looking at pictures. You can see Denise is already looking at pictures, and she's got her cards. So and you guys in the comments, open that intuition. Let us know what you're feeling. What came through to me first and foremost is this man, something shifted. Okay. They met and he's a good guy. Okay. Not saying perfect, but he's not someone who would kill their wife. Something changed. He shifted like, you can see it behind his eyes. He's different. And then boom. Now he's maintaining his innocence. I feel like you did it. Denise, do you want to kind of jump in on let's start with that.
Okay, so when you were talking, I do think he did do it. I think there must have been, I feel like I heard drugs or something that altered his mind. And
Mhm.
he really doesn't think he did it and doesn't remember doing it.
Oh, interesting.
So I think even if he took, I don't know if he did or not. Maybe Jen can let us know if it's even out there. I don't, I think he'd even pass a polygraph test because he really doesn't think he did it.
Interesting. Um, okay, so hang on, Jen. Oh, Jen was having a little bit of an issue, but she got it. You're in, Jen. And Jen, you can answer comments through StreamYard right here. You don't have to be logged into YouTube, I don't
YouTube.
think. I think you can log it. Jen, you can just hit comments and join the chat. So Jen's saying they were both very into the church. Just a side note.
Um, what church, Jen? What faith? and they met in high school. So, okay, Christian church. Okay. Okay, I'm going to be funny here, but it's not funny. Band camp. I
What did you say?
said, I'm going to be funny here, but it's not funny. Since they met in high school, I was just, band camp.
Band camp. She was a freshman, he was a junior. What I can't shake is there's a very sweet love
Yes.
story there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like their souls met and they knew like right away.
And there's it's the man she married would not have done this. Hold on, I want to see. I want to get into this. And I feel like we might need to pass Heidi over. I also didn't feel like she was necessarily all the way crossed. She's very much distraught still. And Eve, so bear with me because I'm going to say some stuff and then I may circle back and change it, because what I'm hearing her say is he didn't do it. I'm hearing her say he didn't do it, but I don't know that I can trust what I'm hearing. I don't think what I'm hearing is accurate. And I don't know if she's unsure. I don't know why, but something's telling me this isn't accurate information. So when it happened, there was obviously a mask. Something was covering his face. So she wouldn't have known. Now you might say, how would you not know if that's like, wouldn't you know that's your husband standing in front of you? Wouldn't you know like that person feels familiar? But I feel like she's saying, like, she's still in denial that he did it. She's saying he didn't do it, but I don't think she's correct. I don't want to believe he did this. It doesn't add up for me. This isn't the man that I married. Okay, so right now I'm talking to Heidi and a part of me wants to just move her over and not drill her for questions because she's in denial even still, which is why she's stuck in between realms. She's not accepting what happened. Denise, we agree that he did this, right?
Yes. One of the things that I'm wondering is if there was some type of illness, like a brain tumor or something that altered his personality.
Mm.
And because that's when you were just getting in and I'm like, oh, and that popped into for me. And what she's believing, that I feel she's believing, and it's confirming what you said, is that her husband would not do this. The man she married,
Mm-hmm,
not the
mm-hmm,
man that did it, but the man that she married would not have done this.
mm-hmm.
And that's what she means by he didn't do it. The man she knew and loved and married would not do this. But he wasn't, I don't.
Jen's saying that Heidi was shot in the back while on the phone with 911. And Jen's also saying she feels like she just can't believe that he would. Okay, so we have to help Heidi. We have to help Heidi. And I don't know if it's for us to push this on her, but what we can do is try and assist her to move over so she can find peace and, heal that information on her own. I just keep hearing he never would have done this. He never would have done this. And we've reiterated that we know We agree. The man that she I'm just trying to explain to Heidi, something changed in him. And you weren't seeing it. There was something shifted, and we're trying. The thing is, we're not going to be able to get from Heidi what changed because she doesn't even accept that he did it. So we're not going to be able to get what changed. Was it illness? Was it this? Was it that? Because she's not believing it.
Well, and I don't think she knew.
There you go. Okay.
I don't think she knew he was ill. I think what I'm getting from this is that he wasn't feeling well, but he never said anything. And he just didn't know what to do because of their financial situation on top of it. And he panicked.
So Jen's saying Nick says he was struggling with the intruder who had a shotgun. It was Nick's shotgun, though. So how do you pull that off? So does that mean Nick was in was he like, if we just for a moment, let's follow
Right.
what Heidi's saying. So Nick would have to pretend like he was in a scuffle.
Mm-hmm.
And he lost that scuffle. The guy took his gun and then killed the wife.
But then I'm going to play devil's advocate here because what was the break in for? Nothing was taken to my knowledge. She was
Good
just
question.
shot, correct? And why would you shoot her in the back and it killed her instantly if there was a scuffle? I don't know anything about this stuff. I'm just trying to logic here. But like if there was a scuffle, how did it land in such a way? Like if there's a scuffle, I mean, if you watch a thing in the movies where it hits the ceiling or the wall, or you know what I mean, it doesn't hit the person when there's a
Yeah.
scuffle with it. So that's where I'm like, I don't understand how,
Right.
if there was a scuffle of sorts, that did it land and hit her in the back and kill her while she was on the phone?
And so Jen, does it say was anything stolen? Oh, Jen saying correct, Denise. Nick's testimony was they heard someone trying to break in. He told Heidi to come downstairs and she was by the front door grabbing her wallet when the intruder came in and the scuffle ensued. They heard someone trying to break in. He told Heidi to come downstairs and she was by the front door grabbing her wallet. So they heard someone trying to break in. He told Heidi to come downstairs towards the burglar.
And where was he?
She was by the front door grabbing her wallet when the intruder came in and the scuffle ensued. Okay, that's what's Jen saying exactly. This is where, Jen, does it say in there, where was Nick? Okay, so shit's getting weird. Okay, hold on. Let me check the comments. What are you guys in the comments feeling? You agreeing with us? If he was suffering from an illness or something, maybe he was hallucinating and didn't realize he went after his wife.
Possible.
I mean, let's ask this. Is it possible that there actually was is it possible that there was an intruder and that was above and beyond? Like that happened, but so did him going after his wife?
But she was also in the process of calling 911.
The strange thing is that she was called, that's what Jen said.
Well, that's why we just got that from Jen. I should have said Jen first, but like it's not adding up. It does, the pieces aren't fitting together like a nice, neat puzzle as far as him being innocent in this, which I don't think he is. And supposedly the man that he described was in prison, because I did see that, was in prison at the time that Heidi was killed. So I don't, so that person is definitely out. He was in jail. He was in prison. It's like clearly that guy didn't do it.
Benno saying I'm having trouble tuning anything in today. Feel Violet may be onto it, not lucid at all. But if he was suffering from an illness or something, maybe he was hallucinating and didn't realize he went after his wife. Yeah. But also, wouldn't we know, like, wouldn't that be in the news that he's in prison and he's suffering from a brain tumor or something?
I don't know.
Denise is like, I'm done. I don't know. This thing is too weird.
Well, because none of it adds up, but he like so I don't unless he took something to have the nerve to do it because he had a plan to do it because what Jen was saying that he was incarcerated for premeditated murder. So
2 weeks later, Nick sat with the police sketch artist and described the suspect who had been in the news over the past several months. Well, that's convenient. And yes, nowhere does it mention he was ill, which doesn't mean like maybe it wasn't a disease that like maybe it wasn't like a brain tumor or something. Maybe there is something else going on. Okay. Hi, Christy. Christy just got here. So, hi, Christy. Glad you're here. All right, so let me go back. I'm going to go back in. First off, I left Heidi kind of hanging. So let's get back with Heidi.
she's like, oh, hello. Sorry,
okay.
Heidi.
Okay, Denise, unless you close your eyes, of course, but if your eyes are open, keep an eye open for Jen and see if she says anything. Okay, so let's get Heidi. Heidi. So for anyone just joining, Denise and I agree that the husband did do it, even though he's in denial. We have Heidi here who we have to help cross over before the show's done. Only issue is Heidi is also denying her husband did it. She's saying it wasn't him. Denise and I agree that she's not accepting the fact that he did, because when they married, this was a very different man. The man she married, yes, wouldn't have done this. Something changed in him, and we don't know what. Possibly, like Denise had said, drugs, possibly an illness or something that's affected his brain because he changed. So we're not going to like try and convince Heidi that she's wrong. He did do it. That I don't feel like that's our role. So we'll see if we can get a little bit more clarity out of what happened that night, and then we'll help her move on, and hopefully she's ready to find some peace.
Okay, so one question was, or Jen was saying, is shockingly that same morning they were losing their house.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So there was a lot of financial trouble.
Gambling. Nick had never shared their debt with them, with Heidi.
No, he didn't. Yeah, and Jen just confirmed that. He never shared the debt with Heidi.
Okay. Gambling. Sex workers. And drugs. The thing is with the drugs, he wasn't an addict. He was going in and out of them. He hit a depression. I think, Denise, what you were picking up on with the brain and with an illness is more on like a depressive mental illness type behavior. And not necessarily depression. It feels like someone who struggled with almost like, maybe it feels like, I want to say like a learning disability of some sorts. And so there was this low self-esteem, not feeling worthy, and he started to spiral. And then there's drugs, but the thing is, I think they may have been prescription. I'm not saying that his doctor prescribed them, because excuse me, I'm not feeling street drugs. I'm feeling like a drug that's like a cocaine type has a cocaine type effect, but it was not a street drug.
And
ADHD
he was on medication.
Sorry, say it again.
ADHD medication.
Okay.
Ritalin, Adderall, that can be abused.
Okay. I think this is what started it. And then I'm feeling, like I said, sex workers and gambling. He is to blame. So to answer one of our discovery questions is, why would you do this over money? Because he was to blame for the money. Like, the financial problems were because of him. And the spiral began, and the spiral began, and the drugs got worse, and the drugs got worse. And he was not in, he messed up his brain somehow. Like, he can't, it's almost like, it's not that he's messed up because he's an addict. It's like there's now an imbalance in the brain. Like, he didn't have it before, and because he was taking pills he shouldn't have been on, it's almost a permanent brain damage type thing. This is why she's not believing he did this, and he did. I'm also feeling like he started to like pull away from her because of all of that, and was wanting out. Had he not started the drugs, he wouldn't have wanted out of the relationship, but at that point he wanted out.
Mm-hmm. He was ashamed.
And there you go. And his and this big elaborate ruse he created was part of where we were reading into the brain damage, because it was
Mm-hmm.
just getting like crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier, and you're like, dude, you okay? Like, what are you doing? Like,
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't okay. But she was in denial of that. She was ignoring that. She knew there were changes, but she was not wanting, it was hurting her. She loved him, it was hurting her, and she
Mm-hmm.
wasn't ready to accept these changes in him, and didn't know what to do and how to help. Okay, she's starting to open up now. So I wasn't looking, I was turning my head. I didn't want to see what he was doing to me. I didn't want to see what he was doing to us. I love him, I still love him, and I don't want him punished for this. I can feel his mom too. I don't know if she's still alive, but she's aching for him, because anyone that knew him prior, just, this is not him.
Mm-hmm.
So Heidi is not wanting to cross over because she's watching over him. She will not let go of him. And
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. These two are soulmated. And that's okay. I won't push. I'm backing off because this is not for me to do. Is there anything else, Heidi, you want to share? She's just saying that she loves him, she forgives him, she wants him to know that, and that she's sorry. She would have helped if she could have, but she didn't know how to help. And she's not in a state of mind to where I can sort of like help counsel where she's at and help her understand. That's not for me. That's for her guides to help her do. Does anyone have any questions while we have her?
Can she answer if Nick's mom's on the other side? Because Jen said there's no public records that she can find that, or if Nick's mom is alive or not.
I'm hearing yes, but Denise, you may need to confirm that for me.
I think she died of a broken heart when her son went to jail.
Hmm. It's a really tragic, because this isn't a abusive man. This isn't a sort of that typical abuse and jealousy and anger we see. This is someone that was suffering but was loved deeply by everyone around him.
Mm-hmm. He was a good man until he started down a dark path.
Mm-hmm. Jen's saying, did he marry again?
No, I think Jen's asking, what does she think if he were to remarry again and do this again? Oh, he did remarry. Oh,
In prison? Which I know that can happen, but
yeah. And he drove the new relationship into debt again as well, Jen? Very heartbreaking. His second wife found out about the debt. He married 2 years after Heidi died. Was he in prison at that point, Jen? Oh,
he wasn't in prison yet. So Jen's question is they couldn't convict him because there was no evidence. I mean, listen, Heidi's in, as you guys all heard, she was in denial and because she loves him. And so I don't think that marriage, and also when you're in the spirit world, for the most part, that jealousy component, you're just in a very different mindset, not
mhm,
mind, but consciousness. And so that jealousy component isn't living there necessarily. We have seen it before. I mean, I have seen spirits that are very, angry and jealous and nuts. But for someone in Heidi's space, that
mhm.
isn't what this is about for her.
No.
There was no clear proof the break-in was staged.
Was there any like broken door frame or anything? Like, how did the person get in?
And Nick had a gunshot wound to his leg, and the 911 call captured chaos that was realistic.
He could have
Okay.
been scuffling with Heidi. He maybe was threatening to hurt himself, and she was like, no, and they were scuffling.
Okay, what it wasn't, I can tell you this. It was not a break-in to steal from them.
Mm-mm.
So I'm backing up and I'm going to see, what were we wrong and was Heidi correct that it wasn't him? Then why are we pointing the finger? Why are we clear that it was him? Is it because he owed money and this was someone coming after him? The answer to that, this is not coming from Heidi. This is coming from somewhere else. I don't know who or what. But the answer to that is, if someone was coming after him because he owed a debt, they are not messy and would not have randomly shot somebody. They aren't
Mm-mm.
messy like that. This would be a professional coming to collect. I'm not saying they're never messy. I'm being told in this situation, what you're asking me is if someone came in, there was a third person there, this person coming after Nick wouldn't have been messy.
Mm-mm. I don't think. I don't think if there really was an intruder. I don't think. So this is what I'm seeing now
Mm.
is the intruder, quote unquote, was grudgingly let in. He told Heidi to get her wallet. So I think she was maybe she had some cash in her wallet, but she never got to the wallet. So that's why I can't see if there's any cash in there because she never reached the wallet. But in the process, then she called 911. I think Nick did shoot her. I don't think he realized he's the one who shot her.
So then there was a third person.
This is really because it's not clear.
It's not clear. Okay, so let's see. Nick had a gunshot wound to his leg, and then I want to capture chaos that was realistic. The prosecutors hesitated to file charges because of those two things. And no, there was no evidence of a break in. He did not admit his finger slipped. He did admit his finger slipped on the trigger. He did. So he admitted that he shot the gun that killed her while he was wrestling with the intruder. Not in those words, exactly.
Oh, April has a good point. She's like, she's also, Benno's getting mixed. Yeah. And, oh, Tira, did he have another personality that could be the third person?
Oh. Oh, that's a great point.
And then April was saying, where'd it go?
Gambling debt?
Yeah, or she said maybe he owed money to a family member, like a brother or something.
I feel like the debt wasn't to the family. I feel like the debt was outside the family because the family feels like it was someone like he could have, like they would have let it slide. I don't feel like the family would have held that. Like if he kept borrowing money from them, there might have been uncomfortableness, but it wouldn't drive him to this.
Well, and for them to be losing their house, that means, because that doesn't happen in one day.
Right. This was ongoing.
That's 6 months or a year that the mortgage hadn't been paid.
And he did it a second time with another woman.
Right. So this is his MO.
Yeah.
I think part of the confusion is coming in is because Heidi really, she kind of standing by her, he didn't do it. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of convoluting it a little bit. And it's like the house, it's dark in the house.
It's dark in the house, but I do. Go ahead.
It's like there's like dim lights on, like a light in the kitchen and a light down, like not all the lights are on in the house. It's not dark, but it's not light.
I agree.
So
I think there was I feel like I could see a third. I can see a third person there. I can see someone on the other. Here's what I don't see. I don't see a third person in the home. I see a third person outside the front door. I can, like, I'm right now, like I'm with Heidi, I'm like negotiating with her where I'm like, I can feel that. Okay. I can feel that person on the other side of the door. That person on the other side of the door was not there to kill her.
No.
And was not going to even kill him. He was going to collect money. He was going to get what he was owed, but he was not messy. Go ahead.
So I think Nick got his gun before he answered the door. And then there was a scuffle between the two of them. And Nick apparently was shot, from what Jen said, he was shot in the leg, and then Jen was shot in the back, and then I think the guy took off
Mm-hmm.
because he's like, I just came here to
Mm-hmm.
get my money. I didn't sign up for this crazy. So he's
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm out of here. And it was 6 in the morning. Okay.
That's why it was dark. That's why
Yep.
it was. We both see the home being dark.
Right.
I feel like we're getting. I feel like the pieces. What I can, for me, energetically, tell me, Denise, if you look. So Denise and I agree. The house is lit, a dark lit.
Right.
There's someone on the other side of the door. That someone on the other side of the door was not there to kill either one of them, but
No.
to collect something from Nick. Nick knew that.
Yeah.
So Denise is seeing Nick getting his gun because he knows he's in trouble.
Right.
He knows his legs are about to be broken because he hasn't paid a debt. I feel this came to me a few, like 10, 15 minutes ago, but I wasn't really clear on what it was. But as you started to piece that together, Denise, this became clear. He purposely called her down to avoid getting beat up. He thought if she was there, he wouldn't get beat up. That's how she ended up there. And that's why she thinks he didn't do it. Go.
Because there was a scuffle between those two. She was calling 911. Then the gun slipped and he shot her by accident. And then the other guy took off. And then he didn't want to admit that he shot her because he actually is confused about whether it was him or the other guy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the other guy, it was him, but not intentionally.
Okay. I got you. So he shot himself in the leg to make it look like he also was hurt?
No, I think the gun went off twice.
It had to have if he was shot in the leg, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It did. Okay,
Unless he
Jen.
shot himself.
That's what, when you were going, I was like, he shot himself. He had to
Yeah.
cover it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And shooting yourself. Okay. I've never been shot, thank God. But, I would imagine if you're going to shoot yourself and no pun intended, walk away from it, that would be the easiest place to do it with a shotgun. It's not like you had a handgun.
Right. Now, okay. So we know there's a third person. We know the third person was not going to kill either one of them. He was there to collect. The husband gets nervous, knew what was coming, so he gets his gun. He brings his wife down there in the hopes that he won't get his ass kicked because the wife is there. He was wrong. Now I'm seeing the door being pushed open, and that kind, like, again, I don't see a third person in the home. He was like reaching in, but he never was actually, it doesn't feel like he was actually standing in it all happened in the entryway, like
Yeah,
that
like
first
like the threshold of the door,
landing.
that little piece is, right? He's like, he
Yes.
never made it in. I don't know. I keep seeing, I don't know what the house looks like, but this is what I'm kind of seeing. It's almost like I feel like it was a tri-level house, but
Mhm.
I don't know where they lived or how their houses are built, but I feel
Mhm.
like there was like a threshold and he was there, and then there was like a kitchen or something,
Mhm.
or you know what I mean? And then
Mhm.
and like he did call her to come and yeah, so it's very, very convoluted. I know I'm not making any sense right now, but but she was in the kitchen. She was when she
Mhm.
got her wallet, she got her phone,
Mhm.
and she was in the process of calling 911, and nobody wanted that to happen. And then there was the scuffle with the gun. But I think Nick got the gun out of the closet or wherever
Mhm.
before he even went to the door to hold off any
Mhm.
up. And then you're right. I believe he had his wife come there because whoever it wasn't going to do anything with her standing there.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know,
Again, they are good at what they do, not
right?
messy.
Not
Nick
messy.
is messy.
Yes.
The foyer, there was a staircase. I was going to say that before she said it. When you were describing it, I was like, I see her coming down the stairs. I see her.
Yep.
She's coming down the stairs. Nick is here. There's someone on the other side of the door. The kitchen is over here, but I'm
Yes.
saying over here to my right. And
Yes.
she's over there. The scuffle's happening here. That's what happened.
Yep. Because I feel like the stairs were on the side.
There you go.
Of the entryway. Yeah.
That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't intentional. He wasn't intending to kill her.
No, he didn't. I don't think he even realized he shot her because, like, he did admit that his finger slipped off the trigger, but and then because if he was good, like, I'm just, hypothetically here, if Nick was planning to shoot the quote unquote intruder, then why was, if he wasn't intending to shoot him, why did he have his finger on the trigger?
To shoot the guy.
Right. But like, but how did he think? I'm like, how did he think he was going to get away with that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because here's what in the moment, I feel him knowing this person's coming to collect. He has his gun to threaten this guy to say, if you beat, I've got a gun.
Right.
And the guy on the other side was like, I don't care if you have a gun. I have a gun. That doesn't like this. I feel like we've seen this before where
it's like my gun's bigger than your gun kind of thing.
Where Nick was never involved in drugs or gambling or anything like this. So he didn't understand the seriousness. Like, he didn't understand that when someone comes to collect money from you, they will break your legs or they will actually take you out. He wasn't believing or whatever that was. So he's thinking, well, I've got a gun that'll scare this person off. And it didn't work. Nick had a false sense of confidence and a false sense of, I got this.
Right. False sense of security of, like, I know what I'm doing.
And you can feel him fumbling. You can feel him just one false step after the next. And this is where the confusion in the beginning of the show lived, because he didn't mean to kill her.
No.
This wasn't a setup. It wasn't a burglary setup. It was someone coming to collect, and then it just gets out of control. That's why we were confused. Jen, yeah, it is doing multiple comments for you. I don't know. It's okay. Well, seeing more of you is not a bad thing. It's fine.
And and I've got double comments too. Because I think we go live here on True Crime Psychic Guy, and I think we go live on your Miriam Farish page, correct?
Yeah.
And I think the comments go to both locations. That's why.
Now she's a psychic and a techie girl. You do both?
Yeah. Apparently.
And Jen said thank you twice. All right, you guys. I feel like we just did it. Did we just do it?
Yeah, it was tough. It was like an extraction, but we got it. And thank you everybody else for your help, because it was really beneficial. But let us know. Did you guys like this with Jen in the background giving us, details on the crime? Because it's kind of fun.
I mean, Benno said he thought Jen was doing great. She was fast.
Very fast.
One of these days she'll actually be on screen, but for now,
she's behind the scenes.
I heard that.
I know, almost said behind the hauntings, but that's not.
You did. Why do I keep taking my glasses off? Just leave them on, Miriam. Do we care how he got busted? He met his second wife, Rachel, a couple months after Heidi's death. They married and have 3 children. Oh my.
Oh my.
Do we care? Rachel was instrumental at breaking the case. Okay, hold on, Jen. Rachel, Jen, we might need you to come. Jen, can I bring you up here? I'm going to bring you up, Jen. I'm not going to wait for you to respond.
She's like, okay, here I come.
Okay, talk to us.
Okay. Hey, everybody. So, so Rachel, a few years into their marriage, she realized that they were in debt because apparently Nick had been handling all of their financials. And she knew the story of what happened, that his other former wife was killed.
Mm-hmm.
So she actually had a conversation with Nick and recorded it. Let me tell you what she said. The one thing, hold on. Oh,
Wow.
So she said, ABC had covered this. So she said she decided to confront Nick. She recorded the conversations. In one recording, she said to him, "The fact that you're lying was so easy for you to do in front of me over and over and over makes me think." And then Nick responded, "That I could murder my wife?" And she said, "Yes." So she divorced him. She obviously spoke with the authorities, and then the investigation continued.
Wow.
Whoa.
And how long does it say how long they were married before they divorced?
Let's see. Let me see.
Jen, people are liking you, FYI.
Yay.
We got it. You are amazing. I really liked having Jen giving info. Benno agreed. That's crazy. See, it's fun not knowing these cases because then we find out all the good stuff later.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I mean, not that this is funny, but
Sorry, I got way too excited. I'm sorry. Oh, that was rude. It was just there's a lot of info that's a lot of gossip that I didn't realize took place. I know.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, and
sorry. I did
that's
not mean to be rude.
Rachel
yeah, well, that's the thing that's
Firkus.
different with this, because it's, I mean, it is 10 years, well, no, it's 16 years old because what it happened in 2010.
Okay, yeah, 2010. So Nick and Rachel were married for 8 years.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to move this over to pop therapy
And
because I want to know, like, how old are the kids now? And do the kids see him? And does she visit him in prison? Like,
are
I'm
they still
curious.
married? No, they divorced.
No, yeah, she divorced him. It says she said she was completely blindsided. Rachel was, because she had believed Nick's version of the story that Heidi was accidentally shot during the struggle with the intruder.
Mm.
And then after the arrest in 2021, finally prosecutors could, found out the evidence that there was no forced entry. They found out, the financial distress, the home was in foreclosure, just all that stuff.
That's so heartbreaking for Rachel and the kids.
She filed divorce after his conviction in 2023.
Oh, okay.
After. I thought it was before,
After.
but it was after.
Okay, so it was after.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That is some deep drama.
Yeah, he was not like, I mean, reading the energy, he wasn't like that when he and Heidi first met, but he certainly did take a.
Well, I mean, I did mention whatever that drug was he was taking, that over the counter was just, it gave him a permanent shift in his brain.
And also, Rachel said that, just how deep-seated the secrecy was, the financial secrecy during him and Heidi's marriage, and then also in their marriage. And she said that he was calm and steady, but someone who kept parts of his life very separate. So he was compartmentalizing. And that could also be the third person,
Right.
the personality.
Yeah, and I think, who was it that said that? I can't remember. Its comments are
Yeah.
too far up.
It was
Let us know.
It was
Yeah.
Violet.
Violet Strange. Okay, yeah.
I think so. I know it's way far up. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, good point. And she actually believes the jury got it right.
Interesting.
Good thing she got out okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Kurt Cobain on the list. Jen told me about that.
Yeah, Tara.
Actually, who would be another one? Gosh, what was his name? Let me look it up.
Ooh, gamblers are probably some of the best liars. Interesting. Usually, though, in cases, they tend to bring up that information that someone's a gambler. Like they know they had a gambling problem or, and it didn't come up anywhere. Right, Jen?
Yeah, nowhere.
Chester Bennington, I believe his name was, from Lincoln Park.
What's happening? What are you saying?
He was a I was just commenting with the Kurt Cobain one. He might be a good one. He was the lead singer of Lincoln Park, and he was supposedly committed suicide.
Oh, in 2017.
Oh, I guess I can't say that, can I? I'm sorry.
What?
Unalived.
Oh,
himself.
Well, too late. Okay, so I can add that. I'll add that to the list too, because people think he really didn't take his own life.
There was some real controversy there.
I feel like that's coming up a lot lately. Like a lot of celebrities have been said to have been unalived, and then there's so much around like, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really creepy actually to think about. Okay, Jen, you were awesome.
This was
so fast.
Yay, thank you.
All the cases that have bothered me through the years, you all have covered them. Thank you. Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll be back, but Jen is not going to be here next week, but she'll be here the week after. Is that fair to say, Jen?
I believe so.
Okay.
Sounds
like,
good.
And then, but we do have our
the
true crime live this Thursday.
We have a true crime live this Thursday, yes. And we'll be going on over to Patreon right now for some more tea on this case. And then we'll be back Thursday, and then we'll have another live wrap up over on Patreon on Thursday. We've got a bunch of other cases over there that are exclusive to Patreon. We've got more cases coming. You guys were great. Tonight was a really fun show.
Yeah, this was a great show. Thank you. Thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah, thanks you guys for being here. And I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. Let me do this. Thank you, Jen. And we will see everybody. We'll see some of you guys over on Patreon. Otherwise, we'll see you all Thursday night. Have a good one.
Take care. Guys. Bye.